Hello, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Anneli and I live in Sweden. I love to work with journals, make journals, decorate journals, paint in journals. So if that's something you also like, you are welcome to join me. At the moment we are working in this journal that is handmade from an old cover, and I have put in another spine and filled it up with different kind of papers that are painted and printed, and it's old book pages, and now it's time to fill it up with some more things to play with and put things in. And we are going to use paper, textile, embroideries, and so on. So this one has a flip. I got the question what a flip was, so for you that asked, this is the flip. It's kind of an extra cover on the front, just for fun and as decoration. So I put decorations or pockets on the inside. Okay, let's start with finding some papers. These are just handmade paper that I have colored with watercolor and done some mark making on them, and I'm going to use them kind of like this. This is paper and textile that I have put together and embroidered on. So I have done a couple of this, so something like this with embroidery on these dark pieces, some laces, and different ways to decorate. So these are going into the journal, but we are going to do also some more. I have also painted some more papers today. This is another page that I did on my jelly plate, and I just decorated it with some watercolor today. Some mark making and printing and painting. And then last night I did these ones. It's paper, and then I have put small pieces of paper and textile and sewn around it. So these are also fun to have. This one was a bit broken, but I'm going to sew this together so we can use it anyway. And these one are cute. I have a mini tutorial how to make these, an easy way, on my Etsy. I will link that. So I did a couple of these in different colors, and I also did this one, and this is actually just a big sheet of paper that I have sewn with my sewing machine, so it is sewn in these quarters. So I have sewn all the way around it and then put it into water and taken off some of these pieces of paper, and I'm going to use this as some fun decorations. So I think that was all I have done today. I decorated just some more of these thin papers that we are going to start with putting into the journal as a bit background pages. So I have been busy a couple of days. So let's put these aside for now and go for the thin papers. See if we have any pages that are a bit empty. This one would be perfect for one of these papers. So we can put it in as a background. You have this nice sound. So I'm going to take my glue stick and put this down as it's so thin. Then let's take some other things and continue with the layering. Maybe something like this could go. On that one. Was a little bit busy, so I'm thinking I will tone it down with a little white embossed paper. So I'm thinking that I actually going to sew around this with my sewing machine just to get a little frame for it. So I will be back in a second. This is now sewn around, and I did all of them, so now I'm not sure. I think I want to have this one instead in some way. But I'm going to put a piece of textile on the back, just glue it down so we won't get stuck into these embroidered threads on the back. It seems to be a lot of threads and knots when I sew. So I want to make sure that nothing gets stuck when we want to use it as the pocket later on. So something like that, I think. So let's see if we can continue and put something fun on this side. This was quite big, so this had this yellowish tone, so this is rust from my eco-dyed page. So I was just thinking if we could put it down like this and then maybe do it as a side pocket. Let's go with white. So my thoughts today is going to my friends in Florida that are expecting a hurricane and it sounds really scary for me. We don't have hurricanes here in Sweden in the same way, and when we have, they are not at all that size. I just saw on the news, it looks very scary when they are putting woods on the windows and evacuating people. So I really hope my friends are safe. If you still have time and possibility to look at this, I want you to know that I'm thinking of you and hope that everything will be all right. I shouldn't complain about a little bit of snow when people are struggling for their lives in other parts of the world, but we seem to be able to adjust to everything nowadays, or at least need to adjust to, even if it's scary. I think we need a little bit more glue down here. Like that. So one more page is done, or at least started to get in place. So let's get back to this one. See if we can put in some backgrounds on this one too. I have another one of these printed papers. What more do we have? Something fun. Maybe just a simple belly band. So let's layer this a bit. Do something more with it. So I think we need to do a bit of layering. start like this. My fingers isn't working today, sorry. I can't seem to do anything right today. Everything takes time. You might need to press the fast forward or go get a book or something to read while I'm struggling to get this in place. This is just a piece of paper from my watercolor painting, or the hinge, actually. I just like the shape of it. I don't know why, but that's a shape that I like. I always save these when I'm taking off my papers. This is a piece of painted textile, a piece from the pages that I put in the big journal that I did with canvas pages in. And maybe another piece of lace. Or maybe that's too much. See if I have something smaller. This one maybe. Do we have enough of lace and layers? I think so. Like that, with some embroidery on. think I want to have something more, just to get some more interest on the page. But you know by now that I'm never sure when a page are ready. Sometimes I add something to a page that I think is ready, but then I realize that it needs something more and I add more things to it. So I think this will be cute. So let's put it down. I think I put it a little bit aside. Then we still can see the pattern of the leaves under it like this. Nice. So let's make some more pockets. I was inspired by this piece. This is the front of these old books. They have this beautiful marbled or decorated front page in these old books. This is from one of them, and then I added a bit of color. Just some mark making, so something was happening on the paper. Good with this one, you can cut them the way you want and still be able to use the rest of it. That's nice. It's very time consuming to do this, but they are so beautiful when they are done. I love these pieces that you can make from almost from scraps. I realized that this handmade paper could really look old if we painted it in a realistic color. So it was a little bit too dark, but I think that could be fun to use. Not in really big pieces, but these small ones is beautiful. I think I want this. Need to try that little extra lace piece. Yes. Like that. I think I will go for this one. No, absolutely not. There we go. Now I found it. This one you can see right away. I love when I know what I want. Okay. Let's put that aside to dry a little while. Okay, let's move to another one. Another one of the pieces I did on the jelly plate. Outline these a little bit more. And a little scribbling. So let's see. Piece of eco-dyed linen. I get stuck. In my own threads and fingers. And let's take one of the leaves. And for those of you that haven't seen my earlier recordings when I did these, this is painted paper. I have painted it with watercolor and then cut it out with a Tim Holtz die with 5 of these leaves in different sizes. You can also make your own leaf if you just make them like this. This is also made on this paper that I painted myself. So you can make them your own if you want. If you don't have the dies, and I always say that don't go out and buy things if you don't really need them. You can make some holes into the leaf so they look more natural and do them yourself. Go out and pick your leaves and draw around them. That way you can get the shapes without feeling that you need to be able to draw a leaf. Now I'm pretty sure that all of you can draw a leaf, so I'm not so concerned about that, but no, that's a bit too. Small. Crumbling this a little bit, so we just get some background, so we can see the leaf a little bit better in the middle there. So tomorrow, in the afternoon and evening, I'm going to go visit a friend that lives I think it's about 40 kilometers from my home, and have some coffee and chit chat, have some laughs. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm not sure about the recording tomorrow. I'll try to do it before we need to go. So I hope I will manage to do both. Now I would like to have something that will hang down. Something maybe this time we can use this. No, that was not what I'm looking for. I think we need to take our laces up so I can, there we go. Maybe something tattered to save for later. Small pieces is always good to have on the table. Is that too much? No, we need that. We need this one. Maybe we should have had something with a piece of text there. Maybe actually this music paper. Like that. So we have done another couple of pockets to put in. So I think that's it for today. We are going to leave these to dry and I will sew around them, and then we will put them in the journal the next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got a bit inspired to go and do some mark making and some of these beautiful papers and some paper lace. That's easy to do. I always have a piece of paper and a bit of a pen and some colors on my kitchen table, so when I need a little pause I just go and grab my things and sit down for a few minutes and relax. That's a good tip. Then you can do a lot of things in a short time by just having it around and don't need to pull all your things out. I just have a few things in a basket that I can throw under the table if I need to. So go and play and have a nice evening. See you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.